The result of the US election remains in the balance this morning as votes continue to be counted in key battleground states. Joe Biden is inching closer to victory after claiming Michigan overnight, with reports suggesting he'll take more key states today. But the Trump campaign is taking legal action in several areas, calling for counts to be stopped. So far, 43 of the 50 states have declared their results, with the Democratic candidate Joe Biden on 243 electoral college votes and the Republican Donald Trump on 214. And the number needed to win overall, it's probably imprinted on your brain by now, and therefore to occupy the White House is 270 electoral college votes. This first report today is from our North America correspondent, Ben Wright.
There are still millions of votes to count, and this presidential race is not decided.
Looking to see.
In Georgia, Donald Trump kept the narrowest of leads over Joe Biden as ballots were tallied late into the night. It was a scene repeated in the handful of states that will now decide this election. At the moment, it's Joe Biden sounding confident. He currently has more electoral college votes than his rival and chalked up vital wins in the Midwest. Michigan, a Democratic gain, and Wisconsin looks to have gone the same way.
Here, the people rule. Power can't be taken or asserted. It flows from the people, and it's their will that determines who will be the President of the United States, and their will alone.
In Nevada, the two candidates are neck and neck, and the state will release more results on Thursday. And in Arizona, once a Republican stronghold, Joe Biden stayed slightly ahead while election officials counted the remaining postal ballots. After President Trump prematurely declared victory and erroneously claimed in a tweet to have won states he hadn't, Republicans filed a string of lawsuits and complaints.
We're going to win Pennsylvania, but they're trying to cheat us out of it because they know it's their only path to victory. They know it's the only path to victory. And so we came here today, we met with all our lawyers. We are going to file suit in Pennsylvania.
After an attempt by the Trump campaign to stop the count in Michigan, the state's chief election officer called the lawsuit meritless.
We're focused on getting this right in a way that can withstand any court challenges. I'll also mention, and we've seen this not just in Michigan, but in other states, a lot of times court challenges or allegations are thrown around to further political agendas as opposed to actually legal claims.
We could still be waiting a while to discover who the next president will be, as an unprecedented volume of postal votes are counted. But it's the current occupant of the White House who is trying to catch up. Ben Wright, BBC News, Washington.
And let's focus now on one of those key states that we're keeping a close eye on, Georgia. Our correspondent Larry Madoa has been at a vote count in Atlanta.
This is the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, which is usually a place you'd play games. Now they're doing very serious business of vote counting. This is Fulton County, the largest county in the state of Georgia. And these people are working overnight. It's just after 2 a.m. right now, and they're trying to make sure that the last outstanding votes are counted. The state of Georgia has told us that there are about 90,000 or so votes that are yet to be counted. And it's so crucial. Democrats are salivating about this state because President Trump is currently leading in the count, but the lead is about 31,000 votes. So every single vote is going to count here. Let me talk now with the Director of Elections in Fulton County, Richard Barron. Thank you for joining us on BBC World News. It's a very busy time for you.
Oh, yes, it is. It's a pleasure to be here, though.
So how far away are you from getting to know what the final result in Fulton County is?
Still a few hours away. We probably have close to 13,000 ballots to go through. We have to scan them and then adjudicate them.
So these ballots are posted by mail?
These are all mail ballots, yeah, and the ones that come in, they drop them off in our drop boxes as well.
For our viewers around the world who don't know what exactly the people behind us are doing, what are they doing?
Right now, they get a tray of ballots. They will put it through the opener extractors, and then once they get them out of the envelopes, they'll go over to these people that are flattening them, that are preparing them for the scanners, in the back. Once they go through the scanners, we take a thumb drive over to our warehouse. There's a vote review panel over there, and that vote review panel will look at any of the ballots that have been flagged by the software where voter intent is in question. And what they'll do is just determine how the voter was, what the voter's intent was.
Right.
They wanted to vote for this candidate or that candidate.
So all these ballots that are being counted here, they must have been received by when?
7 p.m. on Election Day.
Is it possible to add any ballots after that to this group?
No. We closed all of our drop boxes at 7 p.m. on election night, and if we didn't receive anything in the mail by 7 p.m. on election night, anything that received after that is rejected.
So you started at, is it 140,000 with these?
Yeah, it's approximately 142,000. Yes.
And so you're down to the last 14 or so thousand?
Yes.
What is the average progress you're making in an hour?
We've been doing about 3,500 an hour the last couple hours, and that's actually accelerated as the day's gone by. So hopefully we'll be able to push on through and get done with this by 6 a.m., 7 a.m.
President Trump's team is launching a legal challenge because they think in some parts of this state that some ballots were introduced after that cutoff time. Did any of that happen in Fulton County?
No, we had teams at all 38 drop boxes that locked those boxes right at 7 p.m. And anything that was we only received ballots up until 7 p.m. through the mail. Anything that would have been after that, we would put in the reject pile.
I spoke with you about 3 weeks ago when you were planning this. What has been most surprising for you now that it's actually happening?
Well, we had 25 COVID infections in our warehouse since I saw you last, which pretty much devastated about 40% of my workforce out there. So we had a lot of challenges getting ready for Election Day. Early voting went great for us. Election Day actually turned out to be pretty slow in turnout.
All right. So good luck getting it all done.
Thank you.
Richard Barron, Director of Elections here in Fulton County, the largest in the state of Georgia. And we're expecting an update from the Secretary of State of Georgia about the whole election in the state, because the whole nation in America is watching what happens and who will be, especially the winner of that presidential race here.